Good morning, friends. This video is meant for every one of us. There are two important morale that I'm going to highlight in this video for the benefit of all of us. Generally, illiteracy and ignorance are just like curse to human being. The first message that the story is going to elaborate is the importance of literacy and education. Without literacy and education, one suffers a lot. The second message is that every one of us is bound to suffer the pain and love of separation of our beloved ones. We all have our beloved ones, our children, our relatives. When they are not with us, we really feel the pain of separation. The same thing happens in the story The Letter by Dhumketu, class 10, English communicative. There was a coachman, his name was Ali. He used to be a very sharp and expert hunter. In his youth time, he could hunt any bird without wasting a second. But as he grew older, once he had his single daughter, her name was Miriam. She got married and she went to Punjab with her husband, who was in Punjab regiment. After that, the old man, the coachman Ali, became lonely and he suffered the pain of separation of his daughter. For 5 years, he didn't get any news from his daughter. As a result, he often bothered about and waited for her later. Every morning, he walked down from his house to the post office in the early morning when there was no sound on the road, covering his body with tattered clothes. Experiencing the biting, chilly, cold weather. But every morning he was the first to reach the post office. He sat there in the veranda of the post office and waited for the letter. No letter came. Every day he was being scolded by either the clerk or the postmaster. Even they mocked at him. They called his name Coachman Ali and they made a fun of him even when there was no letter. Time passed on. After some time, the coachman Ali became very sick, and for several days he didn't go to the post office. Everybody bothered. What was the reason that he didn't go to the post office? Because he was the first to reach there. So one day, after a lot of struggle, he reached the post office, breathing fast. He was not able to walk. He called the clerk, Lakshmi Das, and gave him 5 golden coins, golden guineas, and requested him that please hand over my daughter's Miriam's letter to my grave, because he knew that after that he no longer will be alive. Lakshmi Das was puzzled, but anyway he accepted the coin and said and promised that he would deliver the letter. Things went on. 3 months passed. The same situation came to the postmaster, who often was irritated with Coachman Ali. His daughter, was in her in-laws' house, and she was sick, and he bothered about her letter. The postmaster was worried about her letter. He went to the post office and remained there the whole night thinking about the letter and about his daughter. Now he was in the place of Coachman Ali. He realized, he experienced the pain of love and separation. He felt the same pain of separation that Ali had suffered for long 5 years. And now he regretted. Waiting for his own daughter's letter, one day he received an envelope. Inside that there was a letter. The address was written Coachman Ali. He shivered. He realized that this was the letter for which that old gentleman used to come to the post office for 5 long years. And therefore, he decided to deliver the letter to Coachman Ali just to compensate whatever has happened him himself. So he went to Lakshmidas and asked that, where is Coachman Ali? Lakshmidas was puzzled. He said, Coachman Ali died 3 months ago. Then actually both of them took the letter and went to his graveyard. They placed the letter on his graveyard. Then the postmaster realized that we should not mock at the inability of someone's, the feelings of someone. Every human being should be soft-hearted. Everyone should feel the pain and love of separation of one's, beloved one. It is not right to mock at someone's helplessness. The thing was that Coachman Ali was illiterate. Had he really been literate, had he really been educated, he would not have suffered 5 long years. He would have written a letter and got communicated with his, daughter. But that was only because he was illiterate. So, friends, what is the message behind this story? The message is that literacy and education are two important tools of the society that can bring a great change. And the second message is that one should be always sensitive to everyone's feeling. We should not try to mock at someone's feelings and emotions, because one may have the same kind of situation at times in life. It is never sure who is going to suffer what. Therefore, one should always be sympathetic, kind, and beloved to someone who is in pain, because the pain of love and separation is quite genuine and everyone is bound to suffer. That is what the story comes to conclude as. Thank you. This is Eddie Singh on the channel Is English by Eddie Singh. Thanks a lot.